I think I probably support both sides as a coach. We did some good things. We did some things that we put ourselves in tough spots, 4-on-4 goal. But that's the type of game I think that we've come to expect from these two teams. Good teams. They've committed to playing D again, and they really play it well. So they're not going to give up much. We're not giving up much. They scored in the power play. They scored 4-on-4, and they scored in the shootout. So those are special situations. They beat us there. But for the most part, it was a hard-fought game. I thought it was playoff style, if you will. Not a lot of space, not a lot of room. You needed to take advantage of mistakes. We were able to do that. They were able to do it. At the end of the night, it came down to a shootout.
Todd, overall, what'd you think of your adjustments on your penalty kill against their power play this year as opposed to the last couple of years?
It's a tough task regardless of how you play. They've been together for so long, and they have an answer for everything. Connor's goalie tried it 30 seconds earlier, and obviously they wanted to get to that. A hell of a shot. That's who he is. But 5-on-3, normally that power play's picking it. You're going to center ice for a face-off. They're that strong, so we did some good things there.
We talked about first periods and starts after the last couple games not being where you wanted. What did you like most about what the group did tonight in those situations?
Well, I thought we had all four lines going in the first period, and I thought we were skating. Second period starts, and I don't know, we're about 3.5, 4 minutes in. We take a penalty. Now we quit skating. We're totally defensive. We've got some guys that are fatigued a little bit. Take another penalty, go to 5-on-3. So we couldn't get ahead in the second period. We were ahead in the first. In the third period, pretty even.
What did you like about Kevin's goal on the power play there, just with being able to maybe draw defenders out of position? What did you like that they were able to generate on that?
Well, Kempe created that with using his legs, and he held on long enough till a seam opened up. That happens to penalty kills. You're a player short, and Kev hit a shot that we've been waiting for a while. So that's kind of how I'd surmise that.
Todd, the past 3 weeks since the Islander game, we played 500 hockey. Is there something not happening now that happened in the early days of the season?
No, they're tight games. We're playing against real good opponents. I don't think, and I said this, I don't know what we were, 10 games ago maybe, that we weren't going to play 800 hockey the whole year. It just never has happened. And other teams are adapting to us a little bit too. But I don't think we're playing poorly. I think we're right there. I go back to the Vegas game. I didn't think we played poor as a team. I think we made some individual mistakes, which are going to happen. And we're not scoring goals as easy as we did earlier in the year. That's probably the biggest difference.
Todd, this game came at an interesting time in the schedule, almost the midpoint of the year, right? So if you win this game, it's kind of an exclamation point to the beginning of the season with a strong record. If you lose in regulation, it shows how much more work that you need to do. What does it say, though, when you lose in a shootout?
Well, I disagree with the first part of your question, because you're putting a whole season into one game against one team on the 30th, and we're really picking an artificial deadline. We're behind in games. We played tonight was 40% of our games are gone. So we've got another 60 ahead of us. I don't think of it that way. I look at this one event as its own game. And as I said, there was one 5-on-5 goal scored. That was it in the whole night. And I think this is the 23rd time or 24th time we've played them now in the last two and a bit years. And almost all those games, the odd one gets away on somebody. But that's the type of night you're going to have. So not leaving or driving home, shocked or surprised at how it went.
You demoted Artie, and then you did say a lot last time towards the end of the game. What did you not like from him that led to that?
His whole night.
You said the other day that you could feel the goals starting to come for Juice. He scores a goal we've seen from him over the years. Is that a culmination of the chances that he's been getting over these games finally just goes in for him?
Yeah, he's had if you go back and you think about his goals from last year, there's a lot of times he's coming down that off wing and he has that shot. This year, in fact, in Vegas, he missed probably about 5 inches wide with that shot as well. So he's just got to dial things in a little bit, but he's getting those attempts, he's getting those opportunities. We all know that he's a streaky scorer, and he's been scoring lately, so that's a good sign for us.
Talking about Adrian, you mentioned he's a streaky scorer, but he's a point per game player right now. It seems like he gets better still every year. I mean, just how important is he to this team, and how impressive is it that he continues to improve?
Well, I've said this before. He's a really good story for us because we've had to be patient with him. You know, I just made the comment about Arthur. You know, maybe Juice was that at one point. I wasn't here. I don't know, but I know what he is now, and he has an impact on the game when he's not scoring. It's as simple as that. He sits on the bench. He goes out. He plays a shift, and he's determined. And he makes mistakes. We try and help them with them. He goes back out. He tries to fix them. You appreciate players like that.
Coming to his goal, but build up to it though, Kopi and Byfield really barrel in on the forecheck. There's been a lot made of their offensive chemistry, but
Excuse me.
how do you see those guys working together away from the puck and kind of fostering chemistry there, Q and Kopi?
Well, Q's found a home there. I think we've talked a lot about him as an individual, his tenacity, his ability to play on both sides of the puck, to hunt, to turn over. So he's found a home there, and I think he feels good. He feels appreciated by the other two, and he's allowed now to make some plays. He's got some freedom to express himself, if you will, on the line, and that's where the chemistry's coming from. So we've been lucky enough to basically from about this point last year till now to keep them together for the most part. It's the odd night where you got to break them up, but that chemistry is formed and they're comfortable.
Now, you just mentioned the importance of patience and maybe the potential Kaliyev and Kempe comparison, but you've also said Kaliyev's not a young player anymore. He doesn't have that excuse. Are we getting to a point where he needs to kind of figure things out and not have games like tonight to cement himself?
Yeah.
Coach, what are some of your New Year's resolutions for the squad kind of heading into 2024 that you know ensure?
Oh boy. Geez, New Year's resolutions. I've got a lot for myself, and they'll probably fail on the second. But you know what? I don't know what our team has got to just keep working and improving. We want to stay healthy. There's areas of the game that I still think, you know, our power plays improve, but our penalty kills improve, but our power plays falling off. We need to work on that. We need to improve that area. We're anxious about getting a player back in the new year, so we've got to integrate him in. He's an important player. Obviously, Arvey, you know, but we're in it now. We're playing a lot of games against some real good teams over this next 2 weeks. Started in Vegas, carried on tonight, and by the time we get to that All-Star break or whatever it's called, we will have played a good chunk of games fast on the road against real good clubs.
When Rob made the trade for P.L. Dubois, he mentioned the importance of depth up the middle against teams in this division. I know that you don't make a trade for the team, but certainly everyone's mind went to this team. What do you think of his impact?
I think PL's played his best hockey the last 4 or 5 games. He really looks determined. He's handling the puck. He looks confident. There's less frustration. I think he feels good about himself. And we said at the beginning of the year, it's going to take some time. But I do feel like it's coming. Good night. Happy New Year.